Good everyone and welcome to this video. And today we have another episode in the Starter Pack gameplay series, and today we're taking a look at the British Starter Pack. So, as mentioned in the previous episodes of this series, and of course I'm going to mention it again, so if you're used to me blabbering on about that, feel free to skip to the gameplay which is in the description, so feel free to jump to that timestamp. But if you're new to the series and you've not actually watched the other episodes in the series, which is fair enough, this is a little series that I've been doing for a little bit now. Obviously, I'm doing it for all the starter packs because, well, apart from Israel because they don't have one. But essentially, I take both vehicles out that are featured in the pack. Obviously, not premium account because I don't have premium account, but still. And we tried to see if my ratings for the packs still kind of hold up. Now, as we've seen across the board, the packs for the most part have been holding up quite well. Other than the Germany pack, which, yeah, we saw how that went. But the British pack is pretty competitive still, having a great little tank in the Crusader Mark II, also known as the Crusader the Saint. This is based on the Mark II, and it has the infamous 2-pounder cannon. This is an excellent little tank. While it lacks in armour, because, well, it was a cruiser tank, it was not exactly designed to take a lot of hits, it makes up for with trollish angles, excellent side armor protection for a light tank anyway, especially when you angle the little sword, and a brilliant 2-pounder cannon. This thing really has it all. Combine that with decent mobility, except when the engine blows in real life, you have a recipe for a disaster machine, let's put it that way. And it also has a shoulder stabilizer for the gunner, so that's even better. Well, I say shoulder stabilizer, it's just a low speed, but still. Obviously, you do get a 5-man crew, but this is quite a cramped little vehicle. So don't expect to survive too many hits, or penetrating hits, that is. But with a fast traversing turret, smoke grenade launcher, and a decent gun, you have a lot going for you in terms of this vehicle. Now, there is an argument to be made, because I know some people will probably say you should main the APHE. I'm on the fence about that. I personally prefer having the extra pen. Whilst the APHE is nice, the APCBC with a well-placed shot will still take out whatever you need. And with the reload rate, it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. I will be bringing some APHE anyway, but I just wanted to bring it up because I know some people prefer the APHE. Which, it does have a decent enough explosive charge for how small the shell is. But again, it's one of those where, like, whilst I see the appeal and the extra damage potential, as I said, you're probably going to be taking out gunners, maybe the breach, etc. And the APHE just, it's not necessary. But I will bring a few along, and if we get the chance to use it, I'll certainly try and use it in that regard. So you can see how the Crusader has really not changed over the years, and it definitely still keeps up the pressure that it can. Where this pack falls short, as I mentioned in that video, the tier list video of course, which you've obviously come from. If you've not, then well, obviously you've been watching the channel and all that. This is the Spitfire Mark II Venture 1. Now, on paper, this seems like a pretty solid fighter. Decent speed, decent climb, great turn. It's questionable firepower because 877s or 303s, as some would refer them to, is good. The only problem is you get no access to any bombs because that wasn't till the Mark V's when this really started to become a thing. And the penetration on these little guns is not exactly the best. With us not having the Mark IIB, which would bump us to an even higher BR, which we're already pushing the Crusader to 3-0, potentially 4-0 matches, which it can handle, but I just think having a 2-7 vehicle that helps it out a little bit more would just really solidify this pairing, in my personal opinion. I don't think the Spitfire is a bad vehicle. I just think it needs to have, well, this needs to be replaced with something different. Whether you give them something like, for example, the Hudson, the Avenger, or heck, even something like the Corsair, or maybe a completely different vehicle, maybe a premium Hurricane. Well, not the Mark IV, probably give them the 2B, personally speaking, but you know, just something that has that cast potential, which they would want to try, because the amount of times I've seen these things in Grand RB and they try and strafe our tanks, it's actually quite hilarious, but still, that's my personal take on it. So without further ado, I'm going to jump us ahead to the gameplay. Obviously, I will try to feature both vehicles as much as I can in the gameplay that you're about to see, and I'll see you shortly. And welcome to the gameplay. So I know people probably wanted me to see, well, to use this thing on a desert map, but well, I'm just going with whatever I get. And I know some people would probably want to see the desert camo, but I would stick out like a sore thumb in this thing, so I would rather not do that if I was to avoid it anyway. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to flank the enemy team. That's what I tend to do in Crusaders. And it works pretty well, to say the least. And of course, using the mobility is definitely one of its strong suits. Okay, so I knew he was there. That's fine. That'll do. There's an enemy tank down there. Oh shit, a truck. Now this is where we can struggle a little bit. We don't actually have an HE round. I actually bounced that. Enemy aircraft incoming, that's fine. Okay, let's move up and see if we can lend the team a little hand. See, you can see by just 2 Crusaders and an AB-43 bum rushing, we have the enemy team right where we want them. We've flanked around, we've used our tank's mobility to get into a good position. Okay, the truck's dead, good. Like I say, you don't need to get a high number of kills in this thing, that's the best part. Oh, he pinned our turret. That was a good shot by him. He's trying to take out my gearbox, which he can potentially do if he is careful about it. But his driver, he knew what he was doing, but that slowed us right down, as you can tell. And for once, the Crusader hasn't had to break down, although it normally had engine issues, not transmission issues. But we should be okay. I mean, we did lose a decent number of crew, but still. I'm going to go back this way because I've just seen tracer fire. Once I've cleared out this side, I'll repair the gearbox and hopefully we should be alright. Because she do be suffering right now. And there you can see the trollish armor of this thing. Yep, he's just penned us. He's took out my thingy here, so I'm going to quickly scout them. We'll scout him and his buddy. See, I told you, that thing's got good armor, like. Wish I'd have known that sooner that he was going for that. Didn't even take out the drive wheel, that's unfortunate. Driver gunner on him. I'm doing this without a turret drive, by the way. Nice. Like I say, we don't need to get a high number of kills because, as I said, bomb rushing is one of the best tactics for this thing. Driver transmission. He took out a track, that's okay. Well, I don't want you going anywhere either. I can do this all day, homeboy. I mean, I can't, but, you know. Oh shit, there's a truck over there. Hold on, I might be able to kill him. I don't know. Cancel the repair. Okay, traverse to the right. Nah, he got us. Good shit. That's what I mean. We've pretty much thrown the enemy team into a state of disarray. And thanks for our scouting, I'm going to quickly load a bit of fuel. we can definitely get some work done in the old Spitfire. Let's get to work. But yeah, like, that may not be the highest number of kills, but we don't need it. Like, we got scout and assist, we got everything we needed. We're still being consistent, even without getting a high number of kills. And that's what the Crusader can do. Same with the T-126 that I featured in the previous episode of this series. You don't need to have a ridiculous number of kills just to make a vehicle work. Where's that truck? There he is, down there. It's about the only thing we really can kill on the enemy team, to be honest. Oh, there's another AA up, and there's another AA up. Another thing to watch with the old Spitfire is she is very fragile. She's about as frail as a German tanker made on Reddit, so don't be pushing her to the point where she's going to take a lot of abuse, because she will not like it. This is not a plane that likes to take on a lot of abuse. There we go. Aircraft destroyed. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. I hear something. Okay, we've got something else joining the party now. Just watching my Spitfire teammate, because, well, I don't trust teammates. They're just enemies in blue a lot of the time. But you can see here, like, the guns are somewhat capable. But, like, you know, it's... I'm tickling him at this point. There we go. Like, when you have to just tickle the enemy to death at close distances, it can be a bit of a... No. Where'd that truck go I just saw? I lost sight of it, so I'm just strafing anything. There it is. It's that Chinese AA truck. If I'm quick, I can bring it around without him noticing me. He did not notice me. Good. Ah! No. Get that AA away. Is that friendly? Yeah, it's friendly. Where'd that fire come from? Oh shit, hold on. There's something coming in. So like I said, this thing can do a little bit of work. Like, you can take out very light vehicles, you can deal with enemy planes. But that's all it can do. It can't do anything extra, you know? Like, it can't take out an enemy tank with a bomb, which would be really nice. It can't really deal with large amounts of enemy aircraft, because obviously you have to watch the 7.7s, because you do burn through your ammo quite quickly in this thing. Oh, he's about to... Yep. I was about to say, that's not a recommended maneuver to do at low altitude, buddy. Right, I heard of Bofors. I'm looking for that Bofors vehicle. Now, we are on a colder map, so I am riding the weapon a lot more than you should. But just bear that in mind. Like I said, we've done a decent amount, so I can't really, like, complain. This is a good combo, and it perfectly showcases that. But as I said, it would just have a little bit more potential if we had access to an aircraft with a bomb. As I said though, this is not a bad plane. I don't want people to think that I'm calling this a bad plane. It's not. It's a good plane. Taking out AAs with a large burst of 7.7 fire is really useful to your team. Ooh, hold on a minute. Speaking of AA. Hey there, buddy. I've been looking for you. Thank you. If you are going to fly this plane, by the way, don't have your gun convergence set to 500 like I do. Set it to around 300 to 400. You're going to want to hit targets close. But there you go. That's exactly what this combo can do. And to think, I could have done more if I had a plane with a bomb on it, or a bomb or two. And heck, even some bigger guns. I can, if I had the Corsair instead of the Spitfire, which you know why they've gone with the Spitfire, but still. Even a Hurricane, like with the 40 mils, which I wouldn't personally give that to a newer player, but the Mark II, specifically, with its 12 guns, plus bombs or rockets, I think would be a bit more consistent for a newer player. The Spitfire is more forgiving in its fighter role and its performance. But that being said, as you can see, it can do some work. It deals with enemy aircraft rather well. It takes out ground vehicles to some extent, even though they're open tops. But actually, open tops are the best thing for this thing to go for because this thing just butchers them, as you can see. In terms of the Crusader, it did exactly what I expected it to. Take some hits, bounce a few shots. The enemy Crusader did exactly the same to us. And yeah, it's one of those tanks where you can just take it out and have a blast. And honestly, if you've not got this pack, it is one to definitely get. And like I said in the tier list, this pack still got it. Whilst I do think the Spitfire could do with a replacement, in my personal opinion, if you do get this pack, the Spitfire will do enough for you. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. Really hope you enjoyed seeing the British Starter Pack featured as part of this series. Next up will be Japan with the Chi-He 1st Regiment, I think it is, or 3rd Tank Regiment. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Japan is just one of those that I don't play much. 5th Regiment, that's it. And the Kai 44 134, which I'll pretty much be repeating the exact same as this video, except the Chi-He, because the Kai 44 can at least ground strike to some extent, but again, mostly open tops. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today, and I will see you all on the next one.